Happy fall, everybody. Happy October. I hope you're doing super well wherever you are. I hope it's warm, or at least that you're staying warm. Let's get into this month's theme, which is the entire inspiration for chromatic yoga and where chromatic yoga came from. There was a quote in a Dan Millman book that says, "Dream big, start small, but connect the dots." This became what I now call the chromatic approach. Dream big, so take a big picture and break it down into small, attainable parts, steps that you can start walking for yourself. In the color palette, the chromatic wheel, it's a small step between each color. Whereas if you take the Rojibiv, red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet, excuse me for not being able to spout that out really quickly. But if you take those colors, there's a big jump between each color. The chromatic wheel makes a whole bunch of small little colors between the big colors so you can see how one color can actually transition to the next. So you can see how red can become orange and orange can become yellow by seeing all the different shades of color in between. So that is where the name came from, this idea of small steps towards a big picture. And what I'd like for us to focus on as a group this month is how we do this in our daily lives, how we see the bigger picture for ourselves, be it in our family, be it in our work life, be it in a peak posture, be it in an online program or whatever it is that we're creating. And in that creation process of where we want to go, we recognize that the big picture is definitely too big, right? Otherwise we'd be there already. And ultimately we'd be dreaming of something else. But the big picture now is too big, too unattainable. But if we can break it down into small pieces, attainable, steppable steps, then we can start moving toward the big picture. It's like a puzzle. It's like trying to put all the puzzle pieces together all at once would never happen. But if you can find one match, now you've got two pieces together. And then if you find another match, now you've got four pieces, and so on and so on. And so we want to build the big picture through the small connected pieces of the puzzle. I'd love for you to think about how this approach, how actually you've already applied this approach to your life in the past to be where you are right now, good or bad. And then use the good one for inspiration, an inspirational story to share with others as your Dharma talk, and figure out how to weave this theme of taking the big picture and breaking it down into small, attainable steps. And there's Bella making a guest appearance. Hi, Bella. In any case, moving on to our physical through line of this month, external rotation of the humerus at the glenal humeral joint. So that's just rotating your upper arm bone outward, your humerus. So right here, my arm is in internal rotation. And if I'm to externally rotate it, the bicep would face out. Right, Bella? So external rotation of the humerus. I'm going to give you a quick example of how I would put that into a class. My peak posture, Vashisthasana side plank. External rotation of the humerus and would start in a posture like all fours. Rotate the biceps to face forward. That would be the first time. Then Tadasana. Palms by your sides, rotate the palms out until you see your biceps rotate outward. Now we have external rotation here. Warrior 2, rotate the palms face upward and continue that rotation all the way up at the bicep, the humerus, until the bicep starts to face upward or even back behind you. Then when we would take it to the wall, place the hand on the wall, Vashisthasana at the wall, and you would externally rotate so that the bicep would start to face upward and maybe back behind you. Again, external rotation. Lastly, we would do a preparation like Vashisthasana with a knee down, side plank with a knee down, and rotate the bicep to face the front of the mat or even outward more towards the side of the mat. Then I would ask people to find it with both legs stacked and so on. A quick alignment tip in Vashisthasana: in order to externally rotate the humerus, instead of aligning the hand directly under the shoulder, which requires tremendous amount of weight bearing, might be really challenging for people, I would align the hand further in front of the shoulder, which is not so traditional. And then with the hand a little in front, you can bear more weight in the feet, and that will give you more ability to externally rotate the arm. Now, modification would be the top foot being a kickstand to take a little less weight on the hand and more balance, of course. By weight on hand, I mean weight on the shoulder and the hand. In any case, we have this chromatic approach, as it's called in the manual, the chromatic approach. See the big picture and break it down into small steps and start stepping. And then we've got external rotation at the glenohumeral joint. I want to thank you all for being a part of this community and for helping build this momentum towards a bigger experience together. And I'm so grateful that you have all stepped into the Instagram. Those of you that are deciding to do it for this month of October and forward, super grateful for your contributions coming up. And those of you that have been contributing in the past, Rebecca is now taking over the Instagram, so she will be supporting us there. Thankfully, thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca Rasmussen, that is. I want to just quickly make one note about those of you that are contributing to the Instagram. You are allowed to tag at the bottom your retreats, your online programs, your trainings. That way, it's not just about building Chromatic, but it's also about using it as a platform to support your personal growth as a teacher. And that's really the goal of Chromatic, is to just help us all grow. So those of you that are contributing to Chromatic, awesome. I'm going to be posting a blog from Siri. She did a blog for the Chromatic website. Thank you, Siri. And anybody that wants to contribute to the website, please reach out to me directly if you want to write a blog around either the theme of this month or previous months. That's totally cool. Or something about the physical through line. That's also amazing. I will definitely post it onto the Instagram. I'm sorry, onto the Chromatic Yoga blog. Now, also, I'll just quickly note that you could use your Instagram post, but just elongate it or add to it so that we can make it more of a blog. And if you could include a video like this one that I have here, just a selfie video, or of you teaching or whatever, that's a bonus for the blog so that there's more content to be watched, but it's not necessary, just a bonus. All right, everybody, thank you so very much. Look forward to connecting with you on Facebook, on Instagram, and in person, hopefully, for some of you. Talk to you soon.